let's talk about another movie that came out very, very long time. So, Attack of the Clones. We're gonna go right into Attack of the Clones. I have notes on this one too. Let's pop over into the other screen. What's the first topic? Let's look at how dopey fucking Anakin looks like. Let's look at that first. Jeez. But ignoring his goofy look that I am now gonna have to see in the corner of my eye, I do actually, as much shit as the prequels get for talking about politics all the time, I think that's a really cool angle, and I think it's really believable and smart that, Palpatine would use the government and a logical takeover of the government to lead into the Empire. That makes perfect sense. There's a lot of other plot details and issues where I don't quite understand why or how or it's all very confusing. Also, why does he have this stupid little, it's not even a rat tail, it's like the side of your head. It's just really dumb. There's no reason for this. I know it was on Obi-Wan in the first movie. There's no reason for this. The good news about this movie is they did better with CG. Although here's another picture of Anakin. Looking all dreamy. Like a teen heartthrob right there, you goofus. Ridiculous. Okay. Oh, we'll get to that in a minute. Having Padme be fake again at the beginning of this movie is really stupid. It's the same thing you did in the last one. Also, you just brutally murdered like 10 people in a giant explosion. That's your opening of this PG movie? Whatever. I just think it's funny. But the dialogue between Teen Heartthrob, let's see, fucking hell, Teen Heartthrob and anyone else in this movie is so painful. He just comes up, and at first I thought it was the writing, right? I had a class in college where it was a script writing class, and one of the assignments was, here's these 2 scenes from episode 2, rewrite them into not ridiculous piles of garbage. One scene is the one where they're packing for Naboo, and the other scene is where they're by the fireplace in Naboo. So it's 2 scenes with young little Darth Vader and Padme. And these scenes do have really poor dialogue, but I think it comes more down to Anakin as a character is just really a doofus. He really is clueless and has no idea what's going on. And it's a very consistent character too. He very much knows that he's a moron. We'll get back to that. Why does Obi-Wan jump out of a window? Who knows how high you are? He just jumps out of a window to catch that pod. When are they going to give Jedi ranged weapons? That's my thing. Also, he should be a little more powerful. You have force push, right? I'm assuming there's also force pull. Maybe you could try that on the robot. Maybe you could have used that to steer it. I don't know, but I think it's really dumb to jump out of a building like a psycho. It doesn't make any sense. And also, while we're on things that make no sense, why does this guy have an eye patch? Eye patches are cool. I will grant you that. But why? We're in the space future. Actually, we're in the space past, but people lose their arms. They get their arms replaced with little robot arms. But we can't fix this guy's eye? You're telling me that? We could fly beyond light speed, but we can't fix this guy's eye? Does he just wear it because he thinks it's cool? I don't get it. Why does he have an eye patch? I'm hung up on it. Really am. I don't understand. Anyway, Obi-Wan, they do make him really stupid, as I said, with him jumping out the window. It's kind of an asshat the entire time to Anakin, but Anakin also is an asshat as well, so that works. I like the chase scene that follows that, where they're flying around, and it's very much like a video game where they're like jumping around fire, and it's really stupid. The death sticks line I think is still really funny, really good. The beginning of this movie really shows progress to me. There's not a lot of short scenes that are inconsequential. There's not a lot, it's 20 seconds, cut, 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 cut. It has more pacing, and it really has a flow to it. It has its beginning action scene with a chase, and then it goes right into Jedi sleuth time. And I like that. I like how they separate. This movie really has two main characters, Anakin and Obi-Wan. They do their little divergent paths. It obviously comes back together. And I like their time apart. That's really good for the movie. And all of Obi-Wan's stuff is really interesting. And you also get to know that even in the future, or the past, there are rude librarians. But all the scenes with Anakin and Padme are so unbelievable, in the sense that if this guy is such a doofus, which he's clearly a giant doofus, why does she like him? Is she literally, the first thing she says to him is, "Little Annie, my, you've grown. I'll always picture you as that little kid we met on Tatooine." And then you fall in love with him in like a week? The time frame here, that's the big problem. Because it seems like the time frame on Naboo is like over a couple of weeks, maybe a month or two. And the time frame from Obi-Wan feels like it's a day and a half. It doesn't make sense for him to be on the cloning planet with those really cool cloning aliens. It doesn't make sense for him to be there longer than like 2 days. And yet in that same time frame, Anakin and Padme kiss. They have their stupid, terrible dialogue fireplace scene where they say, "I can't date you, I'm a senator," which is illogical. And then they're like, "Okay, we're rolling around in the grass now." That's like in a day? Like, these people are nuts. Nuts. These people are crazy. But the slower pace is much better. Let's see, clone aliens are cool. This is what I wrote down. The love scenes are just so icky and weird. They're very icky. Some of the things that he says are like, "Really, dude? Really? That was your pickup line? True love? No." No. No. This is exactly what's wrong with Anakin's dialogue in this entire movie. He says what you would write in a journal, a private journal, is what he says out loud in this movie. It's hilarious in a bad way. It's not good. Let's get to Django here. I think Django's cool. Wait, no. Yeah, this is Django. Almost got him mixed up. I don't know why you needed him here. I don't know why the clones had to be him. It is cool that the stormtroopers are revealed to be clones. I think that's interesting. A lot of the prequel stuff is just like, why is that like that? But if it was something else, you'd probably be saying, why is that like that anyway? And I do think the movie, and I actually really like this movie for the most part, except for Anakin and Padme, which is strange. And I wonder if I'll feel that this movie is is good, after I watch the original trilogy again. We'll see, because I have a feeling I'm going to like them all about the same, because I'm easy to please. So they're all going to be like thumbs kind of up. But this movie's better than the first one. It's brought down. The first one's brought down by Jar Jar a lot. This one's brought down by the stupid romance scenes, but they're really short. And they don't involve Jar Jar. Any scene that doesn't involve Jar Jar is a good scene for me. Now, also the scene where they fight him, the Obi-Wan and Django fight, great. This asteroid belt shit, great. Loving it, loving it, loving it. And I think the best part is Anakin and Padme on Tatooine, and he's like, "I killed them. They're all dead." And then he says, "Not only the men, but the women and children." You just said This was one of the this is one of the scenes I had to reread in that class. You just said that you killed everyone 3 different ways in 3 consecutive sentences. Just say you killed everyone, you weirdo. But these scenes of him being like, clearly you need some pills because you're going through some stuff here. I think that's actually pretty good in how he becomes Darth Vader. Like, he becomes evil because he's clearly psycho. This is a psycho kid who should never have been trained. Yoda was right. Duh. I think those scenes actually do work. I mean, I'm doing a little bit of mental gymnastics to get there that they work. But let's talk about Padme, because she's the real hero of this film. This movie, when it came out in 2002, so I was 12-ish, and I've watched it since then, but it's still been like 8 years. Padme is smoking hot in this outfit, in this movie. And I thought that at the time, and I think it now. It's unbelievable. 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 How could you not like Padme? Even against a ridiculously silly blue screen that's overused so often. It's just Padme all the time. What's this? Oh, it's just Padme lying down in a cool outfit that's really hot. Am I allowed to say that? Probably. The PC police, not pleased. Can't say an outfit's attractive. No, don't do that. Can't say that. They did replace. I'm just gonna leave her up there. They did replace the stupid Jar Jar comic relief with C-3PO and R2 comic relief, which I do feel is forced and a little too much towards the end. But it's much better than Jar Jar, because Jar Jar can. Did they kill him? I really hope he dies horribly. I don't know. I'm not super familiar with Star Wars in terms of the Jar Jar lore. The Jar Jar verse, as it shall hence be known. And it doesn't make any sense for these guys to be captured. So Obi-Wan's captured, Anakin's captured, Padme's captured. At the very least, they know that Obi-Wan and Anakin are Jedi. And they're captured. They are captured. But instead of just murdering them, let's take them to a coliseum where they might live. You have the senator, like the trade viceroy who hates Padme, is like, yeah, let's put her in the fighting pits, not let's just put a laser bullet through her skull. Yeah, let's put her in the fighting pits, or this coliseum. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Really cool. That's an amazing scene, I think. There's a lot of great scenes in this movie. That scene, the fight scene there, the fight scene with all the Jedi, even though some of them are like in the background, if you start watching all the extras, it's really funny. There's that fight scene. Then there's all the clones coming to save them. Then there's flying through the space desert. That's cool. Things are blowing up. There's the fight with Obi-Wan and Anakin being a dick again, against Dooku. Awesome. There's the Dooku Yoda fight. I still think is really cool. I know. Why is Yoda jumping around? Let him jump around. Jump up and get down. It's Yoda. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. I like it. The longest episode ever, because I have to review 2 stupid movies that I have a lot of comments about. But I like this movie. I like episode 2. Before I watched these movies again, I would have said episode 2 was the least good of the prequels. Here's them fighting. But I think, I don't know, I think the revised order for me so far is 2 is better than 1. There's just a lot better scenes in 2. And I actually really liked 1. 2 gets a solid thumbs up. Not just a somewhat thumbs up, a solid thumbs up. In my rating system, that means nothing. Also, pit monsters, cool. I like it. It's dumb, it's fun. It's exactly what Star Wars is. Dumb fun. Done. Merry Christmas. Merry freaking Christmas. Star Wars. And that's it. This has been the show. Recorded live every Friday at 3 p.m. Pacific time. Usually not this long. On Twitch. Usually with more cohesive... No, definitely not usually with more coherent sentences. Goodbye. I'll probably be talking about Fallout again and another Star Wars movie. Only one next time, because I ramble.